Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of LUMINOUS 4K screen paint using ambient light rejection, technology gain, times 2, 3, and 5. Alright, so I'm doing some work over here. You're going to see some mess over here. I'm cleaning all this out today. I'm actually going to be turning this to a center where I can actually take pictures, like a little bit of a office slash area where I can actually take pictures and have a second computer downstairs because I have to run upstairs a lot. Alright, so first things first, this is going to be a bit of an eye-opener. I say it's going to be a whole lot of an eye-opener today. I'm going to be showing you why you don't cheat yourself when it comes to your projector and your home theater setup. And I see some people spending a lot of money for these expensive home theater setups for dedicated theaters, and they're just getting cheated when it comes to their screen, and I'm going to show you why. Now keep in mind, those of you who have dedicated theaters are going to say, well, you know what, it doesn't make a difference, all my lights are going to be out. It doesn't make a difference. It does make a huge difference on the screen. Now this right here is bare silver screen. A lot of people buy this $23 a gallon. They figure, look, I got a projector, it has a high contrast rate, it's going to be able to make up for what I'm going to lose in the picture quality from the screen. No, it's not. It's not. It doesn't make a difference. You can have 10,000 to 1. You can have 6,000 to 1. You can have 6,000 to 1, 10,000 to 1. You can have 12,000 to 1 contrast on your projector. You're not going to get it. It's just not going to happen. The screen is what makes up the projector, period. That's why we use these low entry level 720p projectors. We make them look incredible because the fact that it's not the projector, it's the screen. Now, if you're using a knockoff projector, I told you, don't buy them. Those specifications are fake from the door. No matter what you put on that, that's going to look like, it's going to look horror. It's going to be horror. It's going to be a horror show 24/7. That's what it's going to be. Now, the projector we're going to use in this demonstration is my ViewSonic projector. This is my ViewSonic 1900 by 1200. Sorry about that. Full 1080p 4000 lumen projector. I went on Projector Central and I printed out my specifications. There's my projector model number right there. My projector has 4000 lumens, 12,000 to 1, contrast 1920 by 1200, and it's a WXGA projector. Alright, now my projector, when I paid for it, I was blessed. I got it for around $661. I got it on sale. It went back to the original price of $948. Keep in mind, 12,000 to 1. 12,000 to 1. Contrast, and on top of that is 4,000 lumens 1080p projector. Now, like I said, bare silver screen. And keep in mind, I've always told people, if you watch demonstrations and these demonstrations are being done in dark environments and the screen color is somewhere close to this or a little darker, stay away from it, because the bottom line is the only way that screen is going to be able to show a decent picture, it's going to have to be in the dark, and the only way you're going to be able to use that is you're going to have to be in the dark. Now with this technology, the Superior, it has some of the whitest white levels I've ever seen on a black screen that we ever developed. Keep in mind, the gamer paint, which I have the larger screen behind it, has amazing gain technology. Even when it comes to our ultra short dose silver, because some of you will be saying, hey Ken, you have a light screen paint about that complexion, but let me show you something. At the bottom of the video demonstration, before you open your mouth and speak, check out that link. And that link, you will see a $38 1500 lumen projector sitting back about 9 feet back in this kind of environment, pulling off a screen, pulling off a picture. You know why? Because it's using our ambient light rejection technology. If it doesn't have that technology, it ain't worth buying. Alright, so just to add a little bit more struggle for our screen, we added a spotlight, but we're going to do this, some of this with the lights out to show you, even for those of you who have these dedicated theaters, that you're not getting what you think you're getting from buying a screen paint of this shade or that bare silver screen. It's a waste of time, it's a waste of money, and you have cheated yourself. Alright, so let's come over here real quick. We're going to drop our lights. Well, first things first, I'm going to remove what's blocking the projector. Alright. Now, like I said, in these demonstrations, when you watch these demonstrations, one of the things you got to look for is the fact that you will notice that when they do demonstrations in the dark, they will use videos. Actually, when they do contrast, anything involving contrast, they will do those demonstrations in the dark. When they're displaying their screens in a fully lit environment, a somewhat fully lit environment, to try to prove that their screen paint is ambient light rejection, or it can basically handle some ambient light, they will always use light, bright colors, because light, bright colors will fade less. That's why. Alright, so let's begin. Now you think you're seeing black. You're not seeing black, you're seeing ash. This right here, this side, that's bare. And this is on a projector that has 12,000 to 1 contrast. Alright? A screen paint of that color, I wouldn't touch it. Now, like I said, we have screen paint. Ultra short throw is designed for ultra short throw projectors. But even with that technology at 1500 lumens, it looked incredible with all the lights on. Alright, now we're going to put up another demonstration right here. This is supposed to be black, not gray. See on that side? See how the color fades? Even with the lights out with a projector that's 4,000 lumens in the dark, this is what you're getting. And my projector, like I said, is 12,000 to 1. Look at the white levels on a black screen. Now they'll try to tell you that, look, you're getting brighter, more vivid color. No, you're getting faded. That color is faded. That's a faded color. I mean, bottom line, if black wasn't important, OLED and the LG TVs, they wouldn't have spent all that money designing that TV. There'd be no point. The two would be gray. And as you can see, the black screen is producing high white levels. Now some would have you believe now if you get a black screen, it's going to be dark, the colors are going to be dark, they're not going to be bright. Well, here you go. Now my projector I have over there, the NEC MP 1150, the projector that doesn't even have an HDMI on the back of it, that projector is 600 to 1 contrast. 600 to 1. And I can put it on this screen right now and that screen will produce better blacks than this screen over here. And it's a shame. I see people out there with very beautiful, I mean beautiful, dedicated setups. And I see them with that light screen paint, that untested screen paint. And that's why when you watch them show off their theater room, they never do a demonstration with the lights on. Screen can't pick up. Well, like I said, that's a dedicated theater room, but still, they're not getting true blacks. They're not getting real color from their projector. They're getting a washed out image. There you go. Now we'll come over here. That's why I tell you in every demonstrations, when you're watching a demonstration, the majority of the demonstration is being done in the dark because the highlights of that screen will always be in the dark. It can't produce an image in a well-lit environment. And when they do try to do a demonstration in a well-lit environment, they're going to use high bright colors because high bright colors are going to fade less. Now, they'll never do a dark contrast video in a well-lit environment. And I tell people, look at the corner of the walls. Look at the corner of the wall. See how dark the corners are? That'll tell you exactly how much light is actually hitting the screen. Now you're sitting up there in your dedicated theater room you spent all this money for, and you got a screen now that's not even producing real contrast. You don't have real contrast. You can sit there and tell me how powerful your contrast is on your Mr. Switch. I know something was wrong, so it's kind of dark in here, ain't it? Mr. Switch somehow. We got a switch we didn't hit. Let me see what we got going on back there. Yeah, the switch didn't get hit. There we go. Should be brighter than that in here. I'm like, what in the world? We have missed a switch. Alright, so let's come over here and let's do this demonstration. We're going to go back to the first one. And we're going to do that with the lights on. Now I put a floodlight over top my screen just to make it work a little harder. Now keep in mind, this is the reason why when I tell you, when you watch these demonstrations, it'll be in a poorly lit or very dim environment because the screen can't pick up at all when it comes with the lights on. That's why I tell you that if you buy that screen paint, if you paint that on your wall, this is the environment that you cannot be in. You will be in the dark all the time. And for those of you who have dedicated theaters that's really thinking that you're getting the best picture quality from your projector because you have high contrast, you're not even getting it. You spent money for a projector, and I hate to say it, if it's very expensive, for something that you're probably getting, I say 60% out of. That's all you're getting. Let me show you how far that projector's sitting back. Even if it's sitting right up on top of the screen, it makes no difference. You're not going to get it. Now the screen paint behind it is gamer paint. Gamer paint's not going to be as bright because this is using ambient light rejection technology gain ×3. This is using 5. Look at this. Doesn't even stand a chance with the lights on. It also shows you something too. If this screen is fading, it shows you that actually in all my demonstrations, I use more light in my environments than the average person. The average person who's doing a demonstration is not going to use a lot of light. They're going to try to put it in a comfortable, relaxed environment that the screen is going to be able to show somewhat of an image. I'm going to stick it in an image, in an environment that's going to be extremely bright. We're going to have a lot of light kicking off in here to show you exactly, hey look, this is what it's really going to do. There's no point going any farther with that because it's just showing, it is what it is. There's no point going any farther with that. Now this is Superior on a 1080p projector. Let's hit the lights. Make sure I knock all hit all the switches. There we are, sitting in the dark. Let's show you what we get in the dark for those of you that are going to be using this in your dedicated theaters. And just to show you how bright this black technology is. The Superior produces some of the highest white levels on a black screen and contrast at the same time. Brighter colors don't mean anything unless you have good contrast. You have to have a perfect balance. Now I'm going to show you something. I'm going to get close up on top of the screen. You can see this. That right there is a color pop. See how beautiful the color looks? Right here and here. See how beautiful it looks? See how faded and washed out it looks there? It's a washed out faded color. It's not bright. People say, oh, well, no, it's giving out bright colors. No, no. It is faded. It's washed out. Natural skin tones. Look how dark the blues are compared to that side. Now, if I were to come in and turn my lights on, this screen will wash out on me. Make sure I get all my switches this time. There we go. Turn around here. That's why those demonstrations are done in the dark. They can't pull up an image. Like I said, majority of those demonstrations are being done in the dark, then that's where you're going to be at, sitting in the dark. Contrast can't pick up on that screen. It can't. Now I can do me a demonstration. This is something they can do. I can do a demonstration in a fully lit environment on contrast, and it'll pop up. I'm not going to have the projector sitting right up on top of the screen. So the bottom line is, it can actually, now one thing too, really quick, I'm going to add in really quick before I sign off here. Another thing they do is they put the projector really close on the screen and they basically tighten the image as tight as they possibly can, because that means the picture becomes sharper and it becomes brighter and it's able to produce an image in a somewhat lit environment. Now have them pull that projector back a good maybe 10 feet back. Pull back a good 10 feet back, a good 11 feet back, and say, hey, do the same demonstration. Can't be done. Now you notice, no time, you don't see my projector anywhere near the screen. Anywhere in here, you don't see it near the screen. In some of these demonstrations, I'll see the projector sitting right there, right next to the screen, right there, so it sits close enough. And then they'll put it on a smaller sample sheet so they can actually squeeze the picture in, making the pixelation squeeze tighter together, and that makes a sharper and brighter image. And then it can say, hey look, it does the same thing. It doesn't. Now you can see the distance where my projector is sitting, and my screen has a floodlight right on top of it. Alright, before my time runs out here, I'm Kenneth Bird from LUMINOUS 4K screen paint using ambient light rejection technology gain times 2, 3, and 5. Our Superior screen paint is available for pre-orders only on our website. We will be launching the screen paint on the 10th of March. It will come with free worldwide shipping. Also too, those K&A home cinema in a box packages, we're going to be doing a lot of them. There's going to be some very interesting packages. Trust me, you get it all in one. You get the screen, You get the screen paint and everything all in one big package. All right, gotta go, and God bless.